Hello, this is 0840110 with a game review on Doom 2, Hell on Earth. The game I am reviewing is Doom. The genre is FPS, which stands for first-person shooter. First thing is the HUD, which stands for heads-up display. The HUD displays the amount of bullets you have left, what health you are at, how many guns you have, an animated head picture of the player, and it changes depending on the amount of health the user is on, the amount of armor and the amount of ammo you have left in your other weapons. It works because it shows the player in depth how much ammo, health and armor that the player has left, and this is important because if the player runs out of ammo and they didn't know, and they would be confused since they would wonder why their gun isn't firing. This is because they don't know that they are out of ammo. Displaying health is important because if there wasn't a HUD, the player would just be playing the game and they would just die out of nowhere. They would be confused and the problem would have been the HUD, not the person playing the game. The HUD is very good because it does exactly what you want it to do, which is display how much health you have left and how much ammo you have left. The cons are that it is very simplistic and not very aesthetically pleasing, but for its time it works perfectly. Also, there isn't a crosshair, so it makes it difficult to aim. Secondly, the layout and level design. The player sees as they go through the game is different rooms, either filled with enemies or a room with secrets to help you pass the level, and within two rooms will be a key, either blue or red, which is used to open a door to help you finish the level. The map is laid out like this because it supports the developers' ideas of a fast-paced first-person shooter, and because of this the maps are very linear, which makes it easier for new users to navigate around the map with ease. The pros of the level design are that since it is very linear, it makes it really easy to move around the map, which also makes it easier to find things that will help you progress through the maps, such as keys. The cons of the level design is that since it isn't procedurally generated, it is the same map all of the time, which can become boring if the map is played multiple times. Thirdly, the sounds in Doom. The sounds that are playing in the background are rock and roll songs with a 8-bit twist to it, and with each level the music changes to fit the level and the pace of the game. It makes me feel as though I feel like I am the king of the world. It makes me feel determined, and the weapons sound like actual guns when they are shot, which is good. The main menu has its own music. The developer has chosen these songs because it represents how the game is played due to the pace of the game. The pros: the gun sounds are good, the music is good, but personally not my favorite. The cons: there isn't much variety in the choice of music, and there isn't a choice to import or choose what song comes on. Finally, the graphics in Doom. The overall graphics aren't as good as they could be for 2016, but great for 1993. The graphics have high pixelation due to the game being made in the year 1993. The graphics are like this because the game was made in 1993, and in those times graphics were significantly lower than they are right now, with resolutions being lower, which means less graphical power. The pros of it are that the animations are okay, the character design is basic but has variety, and the environment is basic and simple but it works. The cons are that the graphics are very pixelated, and because of this the characters are pixelated, which doesn't affect the game at all, but it could have been significantly better, like on the same level of the newly released Doom. The character design is very basic and the enemies begin to become repetitive after a while. This has been 0840110 saying goodbye.